It was a horrifying sound. Just imagine going bowling. Hello, my dear friends, and welcome to me again. So, this time, things are going to be a little bit different. So, I went to my first Comic-Con experience maybe about a few weeks ago in Oklahoma, right? And, basically, like, I was like, hey, I'm trying to get into acting and voice acting. So, I was like, hey, why not go and meet some people that may be remotely interested in the same thing, maybe. So I went there. You know, it's surprisingly cheap to get into Comic-Con when you really think about it, but so I went there, you know, met some people, took some pictures with some people, and I mainly went there to meet Charles Martinet, the voice actor for Mario, and some of the other Mario related characters, you know, like Luigi, Wario, Waluigi. So, while I was in line, I was talking to a lady behind me, and after that, I had turned around and I talked to the dude in front of me. It was an older gentleman, and basically, this dude, he was like, hey, this line is not moving at all. So, he was like, I'm gonna go sit in my walker. And I was like, okay, cool. So then he sat in his walker, and I turned around and I kept talking to the lady. You know, just about like, oh, is this her first Comic-Con? You know, stuff like that. Just getting to know people, you know, small talk. And I felt something hit the back of my shoulder. And my instinct is, if I feel somebody like pushing on my back, my instincts normally is to move back, right? But you know, I'm normally like, oh, my bad, you know, I'm sorry, so I'll get out the way. I backed up a little bit, and then the dude fell. He fell like... And like almost fell right on top of me, but since I moved instinctively, he fell and hit the concrete. And it was a horrifying sound. It'd be hard to describe. It was a sound that you probably wouldn't want to hear. Just imagine going bowling. It wasn't that great. And when he fell, I panicked. I was like, oh snap, like I did this. I killed a man. Or, my bad, I game-ended a man, as YouTube terms would like to say. So, after that happened, I panicked. Other people started panicking. People rushed in, tried to help him. The medics instantly showed up. Now, while all this is happening, Charles Martinet, you know, the voice of Mario, he left. He wasn't there at the time. He was, I think he was on a break or something. So, you know, I was panicking. I was like, hey, is there anything I could do to help? You know, I didn't mean to not catch him. The medic said everything was okay. You know, everything was fine, you know. And then Charles had got back to the booth. And, you know, I was, you know, asking if anybody else who was around me was, like, you know, okay and stuff like that. And people were, like, telling me to calm down, like, everything's all right. Charles walked up to the dude as they loaded him up on the stretcher. And, you know, he apologized and stuff like that. And basically they moved the line over to kind of like a little bit, just a few feet extra away to reset the line. So as I was going through the line, I was a little bit distraught. I wasn't in the best mood at that point because I feel like I almost game-ended a man, right? And when I was in the line and stuff, you know, I paid my few dollars to get a photo, you know, with the voice actor for Mario. And I took the photos, and as you can tell in the photos, I was not happy at all. I tried to. I'm like, holy crap, you know, I get to meet, you know, my childhood idol, you know, but I couldn't spark that excitement. So after they took the pictures, I looked at them and I was like, man, I gotta retake them, you know, this isn't it, you know. So I talked to some more people, you know, just casual chatting, took some pictures with some people, went back to the line, had my pictures retaken. After that, they told me, oh no, it's free, you know, to retake your pictures, that's fine. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And while I was in line, Charles was talking to me and two other people. And we were just talking about, you know, just life, you know, and he said how much, you know, times have changed since the 60s, 70s, 80s, early 2000s. I was like, yeah, you know, that's crazy. And, you know, like, he was talking about how he thinks more people should try out Europe. You know, he's like, Europe's a beautiful country, you know, they do a lot for you over there. And he was like, he just wants more people to try out Europe, you know. I was like, oh, okay, he gave a lot more life advice, as well. I'm not going to go too detailed into that, unless you guys want to know that, then I guess just let me know. But basically after that, I was like, because he was talking to me, he was like, hey, is everything alright? And I was like, well, that dude that fell over, he literally almost fell right on top of me, and I missed the catch. And, he tried to comfort me. He was like, hey, man, it's not your fault. This type of stuff happens, a lot more than you think. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I guess so, but it's like my first Comic-Con, so I would have not expected it. And, he told me, like, it's okay, this, that, and the third. And, we chatted a little bit more. And then we went and we took the pictures again, and I was feeling more better, I guess you could say. I was feeling better. So I took the pictures, they came out great. And then I asked him, I was like, hey, I was trying to get into voice acting. Do you have any tips? And he was like, right now, the best person to probably talk to is Steve Bloom. So I went over there. Steve wasn't there, sadly. I signed up for like his little his information class or whatever. So I signed up for that. I looked over at Tom Kenny's line, and his line is packed. Like, literally, like, it was, like, all the way, like, it felt like almost outside the building at that point. Like, it was, like, 3 separate lines and everything. So, and I went over, took some more pictures with some of the cosplayers. I did a little bit of fighting games. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm actually into fighting games a lot. Did some of that, met some more people, and then I got a poster. I got a poster for Mario World. I'll put that picture up here. And Charles signed it for me. And so, that was pretty cool. And then after that, I left. And then I got lost for 2 hours trying to find my car. The one thing about parking, make sure if you go to a Comic-Con event, try to go there early. It was a 2-hour drive for me to even get there, and I had no idea, like, the layout of the town. And then I drove back home. I told my mom about it, and she was like, wow, it's crazy. I told my uncle about it. He was like, that's wild. And then I posted it up on Reddit. I did it on Twitter. Twitter didn't acknowledge it. I put it on Reddit, and like my whole local area, it felt like at least every single person there was like commenting and stuff like that. Like, it felt like it. It was crazy. I've never really used Reddit, but and they were giving me support. They're like, yeah, fun, and I was like, I'll make a video on it. So that's why this is even coming out, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, it was a weird experience, but I would be willing to try it again maybe one day. Hopefully, and I pray that nobody else almost becomes game ended. But if you guys I guess like this episode, leave a like and a comment below, and maybe share me. Maybe even share to me like some crazy stories you guys maybe had at your other Comic-Con experiences. But if you guys like this episode, leave a like and a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe and comment to visit. And I shall see you guys in another game or episode. Bye, guys. Have a good time.